All right, so when we are hopeless or at dead end, we tend to seek help, or we'll start seeking God, because that's the only way. You are left with no choice. You hope for you hope that miracles will happen. Okay, miracles 就是奇迹啦. You hope that miracles will happen, but yeah, she has to deal with it. Okay, right? Because it's, we all cares about how we look, all right? And then yeah, I don't know how she feels because I haven't watched the full video yet. We will look into that. I think they will ask her some kind of questions lah, and then she will answer. All right. So when we are hopeless or at dead end, or we hope for miracles to happen, we seek God like that lah. Okay. This is what we do. Okay, so let's continue. Because
Because I really tried to drag it out. I didn't want to shave off my hair. So even when it was like about, I would say 5% left, like little strands here and there, I still didn't really want to give it up. But I felt that I have to do it lah. So at least I can feel in control for a little. So my mom actually shaved my head on Hari Raya. I broke down when my mom shaved my hair.
yeah, I broke down means I cried lah, maybe sort of like crying. I broke down when my mom shaved my hair. All in all, she's a girl, okay? 她还是一个女孩子, right? So hair is something, hair is our resemblance, okay? Hair is our resemblance of feminism, right? She's a girl, and I think um nobody wants to go through this, right? Especially girls, we never want to go through this. Okay.
When my mom shaved my hair, because I know when she was shaving my head, right, she was crying as well. And I think I will never want to hurt my parents at all. And at that point I felt like I have hurt them because my body is a little different. And that's when I really felt the pain in my heart, and it was when I broke down lah. So I want to prevent it, but at the same time I can't prevent it because the hair loss is like accelerating it at a very fast rate.
So her hair loss accelerating at a very fast rate. Accelerating means speed up, 加快 at a very fast rate. Okay, 就是很快，它失去头发很快 right? The process is accelerating at a very fast rate. Okay, so you can learn this word accelerating. But you can also use this word accelerating for driving, like why are you accelerating your car, right? Why are you accelerating? Okay, or you can say slow down. There's a police in front. Okay, don't accelerate. Okay, accelerate means 加快. All right.
So I was really helpless lah because I couldn't do anything to stop it. So that's what I felt. I couldn't even look into the mirror. I mean, at that point, I couldn't even accept my own shadow. I was shocked by my own shadow when I first shaved my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not my usual shadow. Because you know, girls, when you have hair, your head shape, all this is a little different. And suddenly I see my own shadow is just like a circular head, like those mannequin, like.
Yeah, so she couldn't accept her own shadow, right? And then she saw her head is like a circular head, like those mannequins. Okay, mannequins 是那个when you go to shopping mall, you see the mannequins, and then they will put on the mannequins on some clothes, stuff like that. Mannequin 是那个偶啊，那个 doll 啦，你可以在 shopping mall 的那些 doll 啦，right? So continue.
like that. And I'm like, oh no, I couldn't accept it. So I even escaped my own shadow. I didn't want to look at myself because I felt so foreign. I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Yeah, I don't even recognize myself anymore. 他不认得自己啦。Okay, this one.
Felt so foreign. I don't even recognize
myself anymore. Okay, 他不认得自己. So we can write this, recognize, and continue.
myself anymore. And I started using my phone in a very weird angle because our phone reflects as well.
So she uses her phone at a different angle. Okay, normally we will just like use our phone as in like there will be like reflection, right? So when we see ourselves, we will see ourselves when we use our phone. There is a reflection, okay? But she tries to avoid it. She tries to avoid anything that is reflecting, okay? Right. So I started using my phone this way instead. So I will use it this way.
So I started using my phone this way instead. So I would use it this way and try to not tilt it upwards.
Trying to not tilt it upwards, because if you tilt it upwards, you will see yourself. So she's avoiding herself. She is escaping from seeing herself.
When people want to take pictures or this, I would usually just screen my eyes, like close my eyes and just smile because I still couldn't really accept.
Screen her eyes, okay? Just now she used the word screen, okay? She would screen her eyes. Screen, S-Q-U-I-N-T. Screen means closing your eyes because she couldn't accept it, okay? With that alone, it can, eventually tumble into depression and anxiety, all these.
With that alone, it can, eventually tumble into depression, anxiety, or this. So it's not life-threatening, but it is life-altering, I would say.
Oh, sorry. It was weird.
Depression, anxiety, or this. So it's not life-threatening, but it is life-altering, I would say.
Okay, so her condition is not life-threatening, okay? But it is life-altering. Life-threatening means it will, because it's a condition, so it's not going to affect her much except for her physical appearance. 她的外表啦, okay? It affects her physical appearance. Yeah, it's not life-threatening, but it's life-altering. Altering means change. It's life-changing, but in a bad way. It's life or changing. All right, alter means change. 改变了他的生活. All right. So let's continue.
I felt that I lost my identity because I felt like I lost a female part of myself, like a feminine part of myself.
Yeah, so she felt like she lost the female part of herself, like a feminine part of herself. Okay, feminine part means 女性的一个 part 啦, because as I said, hair is quite important for us ladies because it's like a resemblance of feminism. Okay, right.
Part of myself, like a feminine part of myself. Although I'm not very feminine to begin with, I'm quite taller one. But I definitely felt a loss in one way or another. Sometimes I do look back at my old photos to sort of like remind myself what I used to look like. I look back and I sort of try to reminisce those good old times where I would complain about needing.
Okay, just now she mentioned a word. It's called reminisce. Reminisce means to think back. You can write this word, reminisce. I look back and I try to reminisce those good old times where I would complain about what. Okay, you can write down the word reminisce. Think back.
Try to reminisce those good old times where I would complain about needing to go for haircuts, where I would complain about, wow, 这个 bangs 很丑, you know.
Okay, bangs is like the hair in front on your forehead. Okay, bangs are the hair on your forehead. Okay. So yeah, she used to complain a lot going to have a haircut. But yeah, she took it for granted.
All those little things that I used to complain, that I used to take for granted of, I would tend to look back and be like, if only I really cherish those moments. So life is like this. You don't know what you have until you lose it.
Yeah, you can learn this. Okay, you can learn this phrase. You don't know what you have until you lose it. Yeah, sometimes. Life is like this. Okay, you don't know what you have until you lose it. Okay, we don't cherish things until we lose it lah. All right. We always take things for granted. Right. Like for example, like at school, you never cherish the time at school. You didn't study well. You don't study well. You don't do well in school, and then after you grow up, then you notice that, oh, okay, I have very less opportunities. Yeah, I should have studied earlier. Yeah, I should have master English well, or not. I'm not going to tr like think about going for classes, because once you hit a certain age, once you grow up, become an adult, the cost for studying English or other kind of languages lah, it's going to be triple. It's going to be very expensive. I'm not sure about others lah, okay, but the cost will be double, at least double. So, and also your capability, okay, 你的能力啦, okay, your capability of learning a language will be slowed down, right? Yeah, it's scientifically proven, right? Kids, they learn faster at a faster rate lah. Okay, but adults, we need to take more time to learn. Okay, it has something to do with brains lah. Okay, right. So remember, cherish. Okay, you can learn this. You can write it. We often take things for granted. Okay, we often take, it feels funny to write on her forehead. So we often take things for granted. We often take things for granted, and then we don't cherish things until we lose them. Right? We don't cherish things until we lose them. Yeah, sometimes I will question myself, okay? I will tell myself that, oh, okay, I have to cherish the moment with my parents because they are getting older day by day. And then I don't want to lose them with regrets. Okay, so I always tell myself to, you know, maybe treat them to a dinner, or maybe cherish the moment together when we have breakfast uh, or lunch like that. So um I'll try to cherish the moment with my parents because they are not young anymore. So same goes to all of you, right? You also don't I mean, it's very normal. Sometimes you fight back. Sometimes you talk back to your parents like, 哎呀妈，你不要吵诶 like this kind of things, okay? Or 妈你很烦. This is also what I've told my mom before when I was younger, when I was in my teenagehood. So we try not to take things for granted and try not to hurt their feelings. Okay, try not to hurt your parents' feeling. Okay, because life is very short. Okay, life is very short, and time is also very. I mean, time flies. Okay, I used to reminisce back. I was like around 17 years old, like that. I was around like 15 years old. And then all of a sudden, I'm already like 26. Next year, I'm turning 27 already, not young anymore. But I'm still living with my parents lah, okay? It's not easy, okay? It's not easy to buy a house, even though I've already got it lah, but I've already put it on rent. Uh, yeah. So you all will go through what I go through someday, right? So yeah, you all can write this down. We often take things for granted means 我们每一次就是会怎样讲啊 we often take things for granted. Really, do you know what is it in Chinese? We often take things for granted.
No.
Because you're from Chinese school. Do you know what is that in Chinese? Or do you know the rough meaning of this?
Is it 事与愿违?
Huh?
Let me check this.
Okay.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, it's okay. Take things for granted is like we often take things for granted. Okay, I give you an example. Okay, so you always complain about things. Okay, if you take things for granted, it's like, for example, your parents care for you, and then they they always your mom always cook food for you and care for you, but then you never say a single word of thank you. And then you still complain about the food for not being nice enough. It's like this is how you take things for granted. Okay, like 你觉得理所当然 in Chinese it's called 你觉得理所当然 you always take things for granted. Okay, cherish means 珍惜 okay 我们不珍惜我们要等到失去了才珍惜so this is what we always face lah, right? But when we cherish someone or something, when we lose them, we will also feel the intense pain, all right? Like you feel the intense pain that we had so many, we had so much good memories, we had so many good memories together. You will feel the pain in your heart. Okay, like what she said. Okay, she will feel the pain in the heart that she hurt her parents. Okay?
As each year passed by, my self-acceptance increases, but the hope of a full recovery also depletes.
Okay, my self-acceptance increases. Okay, as time passes by, my self-acceptance increases. Means she accepts who she is and she accepts her condition lah. But the hope of a full recovery also depletes. Depletes means become very thin. Okay, 变得越来越小. It becomes slimmer, right? So she doesn't hope for a full recovery because I'm not sure whether she will recover or not. She said that she loses her hair, but just now I see that she has a few strands of hair. Okay, strands 就是几根头发 strands. And it was silvery. Okay, let's see.
So it's the bittersweet feeling.
It's a bittersweet feeling. Okay, let's see.
At least now shower also faster.
I would say that if I were to compare myself to others, I would be considered as lucky or even blessed. And I never felt that life was unfair to give me this condition. I just really wanted to find out why it happened, but I never really, scold the universe like, screw you. No, I didn't. So I didn't really look at it from that perspective, because I think from what I've seen, like community service, all the volunteering works, all this, I think it
Yeah, she actually participated in community service and she did some volunteering as well. Alright, 就是她有做一些公益的那些 service 啊，很像 like go to an old folks home and then try to talk to them and then serve them, right? And all the volunteering work, all these, she accepts herself lah.
really taught me that life is never fair.
It taught me life is never fair. Yeah, 生活不是那么容易，那么公正，那么公平。Right. So yeah, life is never fair. Okay, life is never fair. Right. Like you are born in this family. Okay, you have like your parents are wealthier than the rest of the students. Right. Your parents can afford to send you to private school. And there are many more lah, okay? You can complain. There are many things you can complain of. But yeah, she accepts it lah.
And if we go on demanding for life to be fair, right, it's just gonna make our own life even more difficult. So yeah, my friend will always call me like the happy botak. So I think that itself, right, this is really to be able to call myself that botak, to be able to associate the term happy with it. I think it has already shown that I have already accepted my condition, and I'm so much more than my condition itself. So I'm totally cool when people call me, hey, you're that botak, right? I'm like, yes, I'm that botak, that's right. Hi, my name is Adeline, and I'm that happy botak.
So she's a very optimistic person, okay? She's a very optimistic person. You can learn this word. Optimistic means 很乐观啊. All right, she's very optimistic and she never let this condition brings her down, right? She learns how to joke with her condition, right? So she even calls herself Happy Botak. Okay, get it? So you can learn this word, optimistic. And we can look at the comments here, okay? What can we learn from? Okay, I want to ask each of you a question, okay? So what do you, I mean the same question. You have to answer me, okay? What did you learn from her story? Or anything or you tell me about her condition, okay? You can tell me what did you learn from the video? Anything that she said, or you can talk about her story. You can talk about what did you feel after listening to her story. All right, so Yu Chen, you go first. Okay, tell me anything about this video.
The girl is 很倒霉这样，可是她很坚强。
她很倒霉。
嗯
That's bad luck. And then 她很 tough，坚强叫 tough，you know？她很 tough，这个 tough。Some more, Yu Chen? In English, you try your best to but if you cannot, then you can tell me in Mandarin and then I help you translate it. But it's best if you can tell me in English. Did you write something down in your notebook?
Yes.
Yes, okay. What did you write?
The
You can name a few words, maybe?
Oh, I write after the class.
You write after the class, huh? What do you mean?
Or you recording the meeting and I write the word after the class.
Oh, okay, means you are not writing you didn't write anything lah, is it?
Yes.
Or means, okay, you didn't write anything, but you plan to watch this video again and write down the vocabulary that you learned from the video, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, basically, what did you learn from this girl again in English? You learned that
Need to be tough.
need to be tough, correct. We need to be tough, okay, when we are facing a challenge or any unfair circumstance. You learn that you need to you learn to be tough, okay, and also try to be optimistic, okay, like I said, try to be optimistic. Okay, good. So Ela, tell me, what did you learn from the story? Or
Uh, must be positive.
yeah, must be positive. We need to be,
Don't want to be negative.
don't be negative. Yeah. Some more?
Um, no more.
Hmm? No more. If you have this condition, alopecia totalis, okay, if you have this condition and you are meant to lose all your hair, right? How would you feel if you have this condition, this autoimmune disease?
Very sad, but must be positive lah.
Very sad, but must be positive lah.
Uh,
Do you think it will affect you much? Do you think it will affect you much, like affect your mood?
my mood lah.
Hmm.
Little bit.
A little bit. I see. Even though you're a boy, right?
Mm.
You won't be happy or you will still be upset with the hair loss, correct? Because this is something that you wouldn't want you wouldn't want this to happen to you, right? Yeah. And then Yuelin, how about you? What do you learn from the story? Or you can tell anything that she has spoken.
Mm, she learns she learned to overcome challenges by being persistent and optimistic.
Yeah, she's being persistent and optimistic. And also she tries not to make anyone feel guilty, correct? Like
Yes,
her parents.
yes.
So what if this happened to you? What if this happens to you? Hopefully not, like touch wood. So how are you going to deal with this?
Mm,
What would be your initial feeling?
a little bit sad
A
because
little
I
bit.
have lost my hair.
Yeah, a little bit, really, a little bit.
Uh,
I think you will be uh very devastated. You will be in despair, right? Like, what will you do? Question God, like, why me? Why are you treating me this way? I think I will question God, like, why is it me? You know? Yeah. Sometimes I will also, not sometimes, but ever since I was admitted to the mental hospital, I basically my life changed. Okay, my life has changed. I used to have many students, and then I have many classes going on. I was making quite an amount of money, and then after this happened, um uh I blame myself lah. Okay, I blame myself initially for being too hardcore, right? Being so stubborn, right? Because my parents and my friends have already noticed uh abnormality, not I mean abnormal behavior from me. They have already noticed that my behavior has become very abnormal. I was being extreme, right? Then uh I start to hurt people with verbally. Okay, when I say something, I hurt them verbally. Verbally means through words lah. So, and then eventually I was admitted to the hospital like in May, like that, this year, May. And then yeah, and then my life changed. Then I start to recollect back. I try to recollect myself again. Um yeah, so my revenue dropped like around 70%. My revenue dropped around like 70%, means I'm only making 30% of what I was making last time. So I was complaining, right? I was complaining about my condition. My condition, if you don't know, I actually had this called schizophrenia. It's a kind of mental disorder. Everybody falls sick, okay? Everybody falls sick. Like for me, myself, I had schizophrenia, and I still had to depend on the medications. I still need to take medication. Um, the side effect of taking the medication is that my brain function will shrink. They say lah, okay, 我的脑袋会变小，and then 我的 language ability 也是会变得差，会有一点口吃，会有一点 stutter 啦。I don't know whether this happens to me or not, but I can feel that I was no longer the same anymore. 我觉得我已经不再是以前了 right? Previously, I used to be a fast thinker. 以前的我是可以想东西很快的 right? So now I feel like my ability to think is kind of like slow down a little bit. So sometimes I complain, okay, about my condition. Life is unfair, things like that, blah, blah, blah. Right. So uh from a condition, I also learned to be grateful, okay, that my condition is not too bad lah. Okay, I try to convince myself, my condition is not too bad. Okay, you can learn this word called convince. You convince yourself that you are not too bad. Sometimes you also convince yourself, 我考试没有这样差啦，没有这样差. Okay, you convince yourself that you are not too bad. Right. Ela, do you do that? Do you convince yourself that I'm not too bad? You
So
compare yourself with the bad ones, or you compare yourself with the good ones.
good.
You compare yourself with the good ones. Then are you able to fight with them? Are you on par with them? 跟他们同一个 level 嘛 on par.
Little bit.
A little bit. You are on par with them a little bit.
Uh,
Oh, I see. Yeah. So, Leong Yu, what about you? Do you convince yourself that you are okay, you are not too bad, like that, to make yourself feel better? Do you do that? Huh?
Sometimes.
Sometime. I see. Do you force yourself to be um perfect? Like you try to force yourself to be perfect. Do you do that?
Yes.
Yes, in school. Like which part of yourself you think you need improvement on, like you need to be good at?
English.
English, like which part? Like we have, because we have many parts. We have many components in English, like writing, reading, speaking, listening.
Writing.
Writing. Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Do you learn this in school?
Yes.
Yes, you do. I see. What about speaking? Do you find yourself having confidence in speaking?
Um.
Do you find confidence in yourself when you speak English?
Yes.
Yes, you have some confidence in you. Okay, good. So, Yelin, how about you? Do you convince yourself that you are okay, you're not too bad,
Mm,
or you have strict standard for yourself?
I would accept my 缺点 and
Weakness?
uh, and also um, improve it.
Oh, okay. Means you would you proactively do it? Would you proactively improve it, or you just follow the flow? Just
Follow what?
follow the flow, like go with the flow.
What is do with the flow?
Or go with the flow means 顺其自然,
Or do something to improve myself.
or do something to improve yourself. Like what do you do usually?
See what is the situation.
See what's the situation. I see. Okay, good. So let me clear all the drawing. And there are some commands over here. So I will leave it to you. You can read these commands, Um, first of all, like how did I improve my English when I was in my teenagehood? I actually watched a lot of videos and I read a lot of comments, and I was also silly. I would also like write some comments as well. And back then I was very active in writing comments and hoping to get more likes on my comments. I was very silly then back then. But now I don't laugh. Okay, so I will send this to the group chat, and now we will have speaking practice. So I'm using like IELTS. Wait, let me make use of Gemini. Okay, IELTS generate. We have, okay, I'm going to say 9. IELTS speaking questions. Okay, so we have three parts. The first part, okay, is usually general questions, okay? And then the second one, you will be given a cue card, okay? And then you can tell anything about it, okay? So, number 3, part 3, it's gonna be discussion questions. Okay, so the first part, there are 4 questions. So, there are four of us here. So I will also take part in this test together with all of you, right? So, uh, who will go first? Okay, I'll go first lah. Okay, what is your favorite season? Why? My favorite season is summer because I get to wear very comfy clothes, and there's not much of rain also because I personally do not like rain. Summer, it's a very uh it's a very nice season that I get to do a lot of activities like going for a picnic. Going for a picnic, uh, go for a swim, and I can do many more activities like playing pickleballs or badminton. Yeah, I think I think that summer is a great season. Okay, so you can make up stories. Okay, like I said, go for a picnic. Okay, it's a lie. All right. So, okay, next one. Leong Yu Chen, number 2, your turn. Do you prefer? By the way, you can write down the questions also. You can write down the questions also in your book, in your speaking book.
I prefer to study alone
Okay, why?
because uh,
You can focus better?
yes, that can let me focus.
Okay. And there's also less distractions.
就不会一直跟别人聊天。
Oh, yeah. Means you won't waste time talking to people.
Yes,
You can say, I won't waste time talking to people, right? And less distractions also, right?
yes.
I prefer studying alone to studying in a group because I can focus better when I study alone, and there's also less distractions. Like I don't like it when people keep asking me questions and stuff like that. And I also don't want to waste time talking to people as well. Yeah. And studying alone just gives me more time and focus. Yeah. Okay, good. So the next one, Yila, your turn. What do you like to do in your free time? Sorry, Yuelin, I purposely leave the number 4 for you because it's slightly more difficult because I have confidence in you. All right. Yeah. What do you like to do in your free time?
Um, Play exercise with friend or watch TV.
Exercise with friends or watch videos, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say exercising. So when you reply, you can add ing for the activity, like exercising with friends and watching videos. Yeah, I do these activities during my free time,
Okay.
right? Okay, good. So Yueli, number 4, your turn. It's slightly more difficult, but not too hard.
I think technology can allow us to communicate uh, uh, 不会受 distance
不会
影响，
受不会什么？
受 distance 影响。
不会受 distance 影响哦，okay. It's not affected by distance. Yeah.
It's not affected by distance because we can use WhatsApp to video call or have the instant messaging.
Oh, yeah, true. So, um, I'm thinking whether it's right to say it's not affected by distance. It feels like I'm direct translating from Chinese. I feel like it's not right to say restricted by distance. You can say that communicating through technology has been very easy and convenient, and it's not restricted to places. Okay, it's not restricted to places
Okay.
and countries, and even like the distance. It's not restricted by distance. Yeah, it's not restricted by distance. Yeah, this is the right way of saying. Okay,
Okay.
and also um it's much easier for us to um communicate with people from overseas. Yeah, can say so, right? And it has made communication more interesting because you can send some emojis or some gifs, some funny gifs, right? Um, and also you can send some links, some useful links to the person. So it gives us a lot more information, right? Yeah. We are exposed to a lot of information when we communicate through online, right? So now in this part two, there are three questions. So each of you will answer one of them. Okay. So describe a time when you had to solve a problem. Oh, you cannot. I mean, it's joined together. So I would like to select a representative to answer this question. Right. So who is the lucky person? Okay, I go with myself first lah because I don't want to be too hard on you. Okay, too harsh on you. So describe a time when you had to solve a problem. You should say what the problem was, how you solved it, how you felt about the experience. Um, I used to work in the pharmacy, and the problem was communicating with the customer. This customer was quite troublesome and rude. So what I did was I tried to be patient, and I tried to communicate with him that we do not sell the thing that he's looking for, because he was very annoyed that he could not find the thing that he wanted in many stores, in many pharmacies. Um, yeah, I tried to calm him down. So I was a little bit terrified when I had to deal with this kind of customer. I was afraid that I would get into a fight. So I tried to be patient and calm when I deal with this customer. And eventually I got help from another pharmacist, and she tried to resolve his issue. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you. Yeah, because I used to work in a pharmacy before, and meeting rude customers is inevitable. Inevitable means 逃不过. Okay, inevitable means 逃不过, right? You will definitely meet some rude customers or rude people um along your way, right? So Yuelin, can you do part two?
Mm, I used to be so nervous when I need to do public speaking.
Mhm.
So, so when I need to do public speaking, I would breath
Breathe.
and
Breathe deeply, right? Take a deep breath.
I would take a deep breath and then I would do a lot of prepare before the public speaking.
A lot
So
of preparation.
yeah, so I can feel not very stressed about the public speaking. And then I think the experience led me to learn a lot because I can learn to improve my confidence and I can try I can try to speak to
The audience.
try to speak to the audience and it it improves my speaking skills also.
Yeah, good. So do you connect with the audience when you do public speaking? Do you connect with the audience or you just say anything you want?
We have eye contact.
You have you have eye contact, but not truly connect with them, lah, is it? It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to connect with the audience. You have to think of a way to connect with the audience, but it's gonna be hard. Right, good. Um, I think to be fair, I would ask three of you, right? Leong Yu Chen, tell me a problem you faced and how you solved the problem. 这样解决那个 Yeah, what kind of problem?
Mm, I don't have problem.
You don't have problems.
Yeah.
Or your parents help you solve all the problems.
Maybe
Probably scoring a good result. Is it a problem for you? Getting good results, is it a problem for you?
yes,
It is.
yes.
So how do you grade yourself? Like if you were to give a score for yourself, like out of 100, what will you rate yourself at?
Learning,
Hmm?
learning.
Learning?
Yes.
I mean, like, how would you rate yourself out of 100? Like in terms of studying or like getting good grades, how would you rate yourself out of 100? Like you can give a number.
Acting
80. Is it 80? 80? You mean like 80? 80?
80.
80. Right.
Yeah.
Not 18, right? That will be
No.
two. Right. That's you're having confidence in what you're doing, which is good. Right. So you have never met any problem so far.
No.
No. I see. Maybe you are too young. You are too young to have any problems. Like maybe you never take part in public speaking or storytelling competition, right? You never take part in any of these, is it?
Yes, I never take part.
Or you never take part? Okay, you never take part in these. Okay, good. So Yila, how about you? Tell me a problem that you face.
Um,
And how do you solve it? Memorizing the multiplication, was it a problem for you when you were young? Memorizing
Mount what? Huh?
memorizing the timetable, was it a challenge for you? Was it a problem for you? Especially mathematics.
Or mathematics?
Yeah. What was the toughest for you? Like, I believe
No,
that you will face a lot of problems in mathematics.
no.
No?
Uh,
So you're pretty good at it.
um,
Huh?
uh, I don't know how to say.
Like how in Chinese?
No. Um, little bit got problem.
Little bit got problem. Is it?
Uh,
Okay.
little bit.
Which part is the toughest? Which part is the most difficult one?
Um,
Hmm? Memorizing timetable, was it easy for you when you were in like standard three like that?
memorizing.
Memorizing means try to remember the timetable, the multiplication. Multiplication means 乘法表.
乘法表
Yeah.
very easy
Very easy, seriously.
very easy
In
乘法表 is
timetable
uh
multiplication.
I 7 years old start to read it.
Oh, crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Mhm.
I started learning that when I was only standard three. Yeah, it was very tough. How did you overcome the problem?
Uh, got problem there?
You try to practice it every day, isn't it?
No practice
No
every day
practice.
熟能生巧
熟能生巧. Oh, okay. Means like it just comes naturally. You just
uh, do do
memorize
do
it naturally.
do do exercise do
Plenty
math,
of exercise.
mathematic exercise
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you get better when you have lots of practice in it, right?
yeah
Yeah, I think this is also one of my problems. I was really bad at mathematics. I hated maths when I was in primary school. I remember that my mom pulled my hair really hard because I didn't know how to do division. Because before you do division, you must be very good at multiplication, right? I suck at multiplication. So I didn't know how to do division. So my mom just like, punished me really, really hard. And I got traumatic. Okay, I got really terrified with mathematics. When I was in standard three or standard four like that. I scored C around like 40 something for my mathematics every single time. And I never scored an A in when I was in standard four. And then after I went to standard six, I got A for my mathematics. I sort of like, some kind, I mean, a circuit just lights up, okay? 就是 like 我的神经 the circuit just light up, 就是亮了 okay? 开窍了 right? Then only I score A for my math, and then I slowly fell in love with math and stuff like that. And eventually my favorite subjects weren't English. My favorite subjects were actually mathematics and science. And then because of the low demand in math and science, I gave up on teaching math and science. And instead, I think that I did a pretty good job in teaching English. Not too bad, but I hope that I could do better next time, right? Um, I don't think we have enough time for part three, but yeah, anyway, I hope all of you learned something from today's lesson. I believe that y'all learned something lah, like from what is it, alopecia totalis, and here we have some speaking questions. More or less, you will learn something lah. Okay, so thank you for coming. I will see you all next week for writing. See you and goodbye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
You're welcome, Yelene,
Thank
Ela.
you, teacher.
You're welcome. Goodbye. Bye, Li Chen.